The next element is your process safety information. This again is a complete compilation of written process safety information. It goes through and lists for that specific chemical what its toxicity information is, your PELs, your permissible exposure limits, reactive data, any physical portion or property of that hazardous chemical has to be documented and written down. And I notated that your SDSs are probably your greatest resource for this type of information. You also have to have a block flow diagram or a process diagram depicting how that chemical goes through the whole process and its route, whether you have valves involved, whether you have pumps, things like that. All that has to be documented on a flow diagram. What is your maximum intended inventory? How much are you going to have on site at any given time? And when they talked about the threshold quantities, they also talk about the amount not only in the process, also that you have stored on site as well. All that is a combination of your threshold quantity. And then an evaluation of consequences if there is an incident. How's that going to affect the safety and health of the employees? Okay, what are your safe upper and lower limits? Also, materials of construction. Can the piping material withstand the pressures or the composition of that chemical? What are your safety systems? What are you going to use? Interlocks? Are you going, your alarm systems? Things like that, your ventilation. We talked about the incident that happened in Glendale and their scrubber failed. And one of the key components when it comes to, and when we get to the next, the part about mechanical integrity, and we'll get to that, but they talk about doing your inspections and ensuring that your equipment is operating correctly and within the parameters that it's designed for. And so you can see that even at that process in Glendale, they actually had an issue with that scrubber, which ultimately resulted in a release of chlorine.